What if I told you there's a place where ancient Roman ruins stand beside Renaissance masterpieces, where winding canals reflect Gothic palaces, and where dramatic coastal cliffs cradle colorful villages perched above the sapphire Mediterranean? Welcome to Italy, the birthplace of Western civilization, where art, history, cuisine, and la dolce vita create an intoxicating experience that has captivated travelers for millennia. Hey, eco-travelers! Welcome back to Eco-Nomad Travel, your guide to exploring the world's most stunning destinations sustainably. Today, we're journeying through Italy, a country that offers everything from the Colosseum and canals of Venice to Tuscan vineyards and dramatic coastal drives. We're counting down the top 12 places that capture Italy's timeless beauty, artistic heritage, and irresistible charm. Before we dive in, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss our sustainable travel guides. And if Italy is on your bucket list, show some love with a thumbs up. Let's explore the Bel Paese together. Ready? Andiamo! Starting at number 12, Pompeii, the ancient Roman city frozen in time by Mount Vesuvius's catastrophic eruption in 79 AD. Walking through Pompeii's remarkably preserved streets feels like stepping into a time machine. You'll see intact homes with vivid frescoes, bakeries with ovens still containing bread, and even plaster casts of victims caught in their final moments. The archaeological site spans 170 acres, revealing daily life from nearly 2,000 years ago, with public baths, temples, theaters, and the famous Forum. Hire a guide to bring the ruins to life, with stories of gladiators, merchants, and everyday Romans. The haunting plaster casts and volcanic context make this unlike any other ancient site in the world. Visit early morning to beat crowds in summer heat, and combine with a visit to nearby Herculaneum, Pompeii's smaller but even better preserved sister city. Climbing Vesuvius offers panoramic views across the Bay of Naples. Would you explore with a guide or wander the ancient streets independently? At number 11, Vatican City, the world's smallest independent nation and the spiritual center of the Catholic Church, packed with unparalleled artistic treasures. St. Peter's Basilica dominates the skyline with Michelangelo's iconic dome. Climb the 551 steps for breathtaking views across Rome. The Vatican Museum's house one of the world's greatest art collections, culminating in the Sistine Chapel, where Michelangelo's ceiling frescoes leave visitors speechless. Book skip-the-line tickets months in advance to avoid hours-long queues, and visit on Wednesday mornings for papal audiences in St. Peter's Square. The tiny nation-state covers just 121 acres, but receives over 5 million visitors annually. Dress modestly with covered shoulders and knees for entry to religious sites. Visit the Vatican Gardens by guided tour for peaceful respite from museum crowds, and explore St. Peter's Square designed by Bernini to embrace pilgrims. Sistine Chapel or climbing St. Peter's Dome. What's your Vatican priority? Number 10 brings us to Tuscany, Italy's most romantic region, where rolling hills dotted with cypress trees, medieval hilltop towns, and world-class vineyards create postcard perfection. Beyond Florence, Tuscany offers endless exploration from Sienna's Gothic architecture and the Palio horse race to San Gimignano's medieval towers, rising above vineyard-covered valleys. Drive the winding roads through Val d'Orcia, a UNESCO landscape of golden hills, stone farmhouses, and hilltop villages like Pienza and Montepulciano. Stay in agriturismos, working farms offering accommodation, for authentic experiences with farm-to-table meals, wine tastings, and cooking classes. Visit Chianti Wine Country for cellar tours and Brunello tastings in Montalcino. Tuscany rewards slow travel. Rent a villa, explore farmers markets, take cooking lessons, and embrace Italian rhythms. Spring brings wildflowers and fewer crowds, while fall offers harvest season and truffle hunting. The region's art cities, thermal springs, and coastal areas mean endless variety. Wine country drives or medieval hill towns? Which Tuscany experience calls to you? At number 9, Lake Como, Italy's most glamorous lake, where Hollywood celebrities and European aristocracy have built magnificent villas against a backdrop of snow-capped Alps. This Y-shaped glacial lake stretches 50 kilometers through dramatic mountain scenery, with elegant towns clinging to steep shores. Explore Bellagio, the pearl of Lake Como, perched on the promontory where the lake's three branches meet, with cobblestone streets, silk shops, and waterfront gardens. Take ferries connecting lakeside villages. It's the most scenic and practical transportation. Visit Villa del Balbianello with its terraced gardens used in Star Wars and James Bond films, or Villa Carlotta with stunning botanical gardens. The town of Como offers shopping and historic architecture, while Varenna provides peaceful village atmosphere. Rent a boat to discover hidden villas and swimming spots, or hike mountain trails for elevated lake views. Como balances sophistication with natural beauty perfectly. Villa hopping or lakeside relaxation? What's your Como style? Number 8 takes us to Naples, Italy's most authentic, chaotic, and passionate city where pizza was invented and street life pulses with unfiltered energy. Naples gets unfairly overlooked by tourists rushing to Pompeii or the Amalfi Coast, but this UNESCO-listed historic center offers incredible art, architecture, and the best food in Italy. Visit the Archaeological Museum housing treasures from Pompeii and Herculaneum, explore the underground Greek and Roman ruins beneath city streets, and admire Caravaggio masterpieces in churches throughout the city. Naples invented pizza. Try authentic Neapolitan pizza at historic pizzerias like Da Michele or Sorbillo, where dough, sauce, and mozzarella reach perfection. The Spanish Quarter's narrow streets buzzing with laundry lines and moped traffic capture real Italian life. Take the funicular to Vomero for panoramic views, and visit opulent Royal Palace and the stunning glass-roofed Galleria Umberto. Naples requires awareness, but rewards adventurous travelers with genuine experiences. Authentic pizza or underground ruins? What excites you about Naples? At number 7, Pisa, home to the world's most famous architectural mistake, the Leaning Tower that draws millions for the obligatory holding it up photo. The Piazza dei Miracoli, Square of Miracles, showcases remarkable Romanesque architecture with the cathedral, baptistery, and the iconic tilting bell tower all clad in luminous white marble. Climb the tower's 294 spiraling steps. The tilt is noticeable inside and creates unique photo opportunities from the top. The lean, caused by soft ground and inadequate foundation, continues at 3.97 degrees despite stabilization efforts. Beyond the tower, Pisa offers a charming university city with the Arno River, medieval neighborhoods, and excellent restaurants away from tourist crowds. Visit Knight's Square with its impressive palaces, walk along the riverside promenades, and explore botanical gardens among Europe's oldest. Most visitors stay only a few hours, but Pisa deserves at least a full day. The city is easily accessible from Florence, making it a perfect day trip. Tower climb or exploring beyond the famous square? How long would you spend in Pisa? Number 6 brings us to Cinque Terre, 5 impossibly picturesque fishing villages clinging to rugged cliffs above the turquoise Ligurian Sea. Monterosso, Vernazza, Corniglia, Manarola, and Rio Maggiore each offer unique character connected by scenic hiking trails and trains tunneling through coastal mountains. The Sentiero Azzurro, Blue Trail, links all villages with spectacular coastal views. The Monterosso to Vernazza section offers the most dramatic clifftop hiking. Stay overnight to experience villages after day trippers leave. Watch sunset paint colorful buildings in golden light while locals play cards in piazzas. Sample local specialties like anchovies, pesto, and white wines from terraced vineyards clinging to impossible slopes. Swimming spots with crystal clear water are scattered between villages, accessible by trail or boat. Cinque Terre National Park protects this fragile coastline. Visitor caps limit daily entries, so book ahead, especially summer months. Train between villages if hiking seems daunting, and avoid peak July-August crowds if possible. Coastal hiking or village hopping by train. How would you explore Cinque Terre? At number 5, Amalfi Coast, arguably the world's most beautiful coastline, where pastel villages cascade down vertical cliffs to the sapphire Mediterranean. The winding coastal road between Sorrento and Salerno ranks among Earth's most spectacular drives, though narrow curves and summer traffic test nerves. Base yourself in charming Positano with its steep streets, colorful buildings, and chic beach clubs. Or stay in Amalfi town with its impressive cathedral and more authentic atmosphere. Take ferries connecting coastal towns for stress-free travel and stunning sea views. Hike the Path of the Gods Trail high above the coast for breathtaking panoramas across the entire coastline. Visit Ravello, perched 365 meters above sea level, for magnificent gardens at Villa Ruffalo and Villa Simbroni. The coast offers incredible cuisine, fresh seafood, limoncello made from local lemons, and pasta with San Marzano tomatoes. Visit shoulder season, April to May or September to October, to avoid overwhelming crowds and inflated prices. Positano glamour or quieter towns. Where would you base your Amalfi Coast stay? At number 4, Milan, Italy's fashion and design capital, where Gothic grandeur meets contemporary cool in the country's most cosmopolitan city. The breathtaking Duomo, with its forest of 135 spires and 3,400 statues, dominates Piazza del Duomo. Climb to the rooftop terraces for close-up views of Gothic architecture and city panoramas. Visit the adjacent Galleria Vittorio Emanuele II, the world's oldest shopping mall, housed under a stunning glass-vaulted arcade. Leonardo da Vinci's The Last Supper in Santa Maria delle Grazie requires advance reservations months ahead, but stands as one of humanity's greatest artworks. Milan's fashion district, Quadrilatero d'Oro, showcases luxury boutiques and impeccable style. Explore the trendy Navigli district with canal-side bars and restaurants. Visit contemporary art at Fondazione Prada and enjoy aperitivo culture with drinks and complimentary snacks. Milan has excellent public transportation and works perfectly as a base for day trips to Lake Como, Verona, and Bergamo. Fashion shopping or Renaissance art? What draws you to Milan? Number 3 takes us to Florence, the cradle of the Renaissance, where art, architecture, and history reach such density that the entire historic center is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The Duomo dominates the skyline with Brunelleschi's revolutionary dome. Climb 463 steps for spectacular city views. Florence houses an absurd concentration of masterpieces. Michelangelo's David at the Accademia, Botticelli's Birth of Venus at the Uffizi, and countless other works that shaped Western art. Cross the iconic Ponte Vecchio Bridge lined with jewelry shops, explore the leather markets of San Lorenzo, and climb to Piazzale Michelangelo for sunset views. Florence invented modern banking and the concept of the Renaissance man. You're walking where Dante, Machiavelli, Michelangelo, and the Medicis changed human history. Visit Pitti Palace and Boboli Gardens for Renaissance opulence and peaceful green spaces. Book museum tickets online to skip hours-long queues and visit early morning or late afternoon. Museums or wandering historic streets. How would you spend your Florence days? At number 2, Venice, the impossible floating city where 118 islands connected by 400-plus bridges create the world's most unique urban landscape. No cars exist in Venice. Gondolas, water taxis, and vaporettos, water buses, replace automobiles on the Grand Canal and smaller waterways threading through the city. St. Mark's Square showcases Venice's wealth and power with the stunning Byzantine Basilica, Doge's Palace, and iconic Bell Tower. Get lost in the maze of narrow calle streets, away from tourist crowds, discovering hidden squares, local Baccari, wine bars, and artisan workshops. Take a vaporetto down the Grand Canal, past magnificent palaces to see Venice's architectural evolution. Visit the colorful islands of Murano for glass-blowing demonstrations, and Burano for lace-making and incredibly photogenic painted houses. Venice faces existential threats from over-tourism and rising seas. Visit respectfully, support local businesses, and avoid cruise ship day-tripper crowds by staying overnight. The city transforms magically early morning and evening when day tourists leave. Gondola ride or getting lost in backstreets. What's your Venice dream? And at number 1, Rome, the Eternal City. where 3,000 years of history layer upon each other, creating an open-air museum unlike anywhere on Earth. Ancient Rome comes alive at the Colosseum, where gladiators fought and 50,000 spectators roared. The remarkably preserved Pantheon with its perfect dome, and the Forum where the fate of empires was decided. Baroque Rome dazzles with Bernini's fountains. Toss coins in the Trevi Fountain, climb the Spanish Steps, and explore Piazza Navona with street artists and cafes. Vatican City within Rome adds another layer of unmissable art and architecture. Rome requires at least 4 to 5 days to scratch the surface. Combine famous sights with wandering atmospheric neighborhoods like Trastevere, with cobblestone streets and authentic trattorias. Eat incredible pasta carbonara, cacio e pepe, and sapli, fried rice balls, and embrace aperitivo culture. Rome's history spans from ancient Rome through the Renaissance to modern Italy. You're walking the same streets as Caesar, Michelangelo, and Fellini. Ancient ruins or Baroque fountains, which era of Rome captivates you most? And there you have it, the top 12 best places to visit in unseen Italy. From Rome's ancient glory to Venice's floating romance, Italy offers timeless beauty and unforgettable experiences that have inspired travelers for centuries. Ready to plan your Italian adventure? Visit us at economadtravel.com for detailed sustainable travel guides, regional itineraries, and authentic accommodation recommendations. All the booking links for cooking classes, vineyard tours, and cultural experiences are in the description below. Which Italian destination captured your imagination? Drop your favorite in the comments. If you loved this video, hit that like button and subscribe to Eco-Nomad Travel for more sustainable travel guides. Turn on notifications so you don't miss our next adventure. Until next time, travel responsibly and explore with purpose. Arrivederci.